Right, that's recording now. Okay, just to pause it. Okay, is that running? Say record on top left.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, this is your onboard tank. I'll show you later. There's two water inlets on the outside. Okay, one with your normal inlet for your Aquaroll. The other one is to fill your tank. Okay, so depending on what you're going to use or how you use it, if you're going to use your Aquaroll as you would on the last one, and just use that. Obviously, that's up to you. If you want to use your tank, obviously there's different ways of filling and using. Okay, so you've got your two drains to start with. That drain on the right is for your freshwater tank. Obviously, if you're using that, you obviously need to be closed. That one is as per your usual
the drain
drains.
for
so your hot water tank and your rest of your system. Okay, the white control there, that is to change between onboard tank or your Aquaroll outside. Okay,
Right.
If you imagine that's pointing towards your taps at the moment. Okay, that's just using Aquaroll from outside. So
From
water
outside.
as you would before, filling your hot water tank and straight to your taps. If you want to use your onboard tank or you want to fill your onboard tank, it needs to be pointing down to do that.
Right.
Plus the water connection needs to be the top one outside. So I'll show you that. It says direct to tank. Okay, you have got an info note here to show you which way round that needs to be pointing. Obviously these are the drains here,
Yeah.
and that's what position that white one needs to be. Okay.
Okay.
Right, so to use Aquaroll, as we set it up to run at the moment, it's pointing towards the taps on that white one. Okay, you've got on your control board, control panel, probably something similar. Very similar to the last one, I would have thought. The only difference you will have is probably that one there, which is filled tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so the panel is asleep at the moment. You just press any button, that lights it up. Shows your 240s connected, shows your batteries connected. Water pump's on, so that's your main water pump, which is the internal water pump. Your freshwater tank, which is empty at the moment, is flashing red to obviously show it empty, and it also beep at you when it's going low as well. View levels, it shows your battery, obviously, which is 14 volts.
Yeah.
Which is obviously going for the charger at the moment. Okay.
Right.
So to get your water system up and running, exactly the same as what you have done on your previous van. There's videos on YouTube if you want to have a look at what Aldi themselves actually say, if you need to. This is your on-off button. Okay, I can say, can you see that?
It's not focusing much.
It should auto focus. If you hold it still, and it should. Is that focusing? No, it's not at the moment, is it? There we go. Okay, if you want to just hang on to that again. Okay, on-off button there, little green light inside says it's on. Your main screen showing at the moment, that's your circulation pump, so that's your circulation pump for your heating. Okay, plug on the screen there, that shows you your 240 is connected.
To the main.
And thermostat inside the room, so that shows what your room temperature is. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think which side the electrics is situated on this. It's this side, is it? Yeah. If you look down here on your consumer board, heating the hot water on one button there.
Yep.
On your previous one, you may have had two. If you had the you had the combi heater, so you would have had the same as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you look at that now, if you look at the control panel, that little plug will have disappeared. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, if you switch it on, little plug should have.
And then you're back on.
Yeah, so obviously you have to make sure that it's switched on there if you want to operate it on electric. Okay, so to set it up for obviously warming your room up in your water.
Right.
First line there is temperature
room.
setting. Yeah, so what you want to set your room temperature to be. 30 degrees centigrade is the highest it's going to be.
Yeah.
And 5 degrees is the lowest. So you can't actually switch it off as such. All you do is just bring it below the temperature of your room.
Relies on the thermostat.
Yeah, okay. The next one is not switching your water heating on as such.
No.
As soon as you switch the system on and you've got an energy running, it will automatically start heating your water.
Right.
Okay. What this one actually does is, if you press that one there, it's actually a water boost. Okay. What it'll do, it'll boost the heating. So you've got more water or more hot water for 30 minutes. And so it'll do that for 30 minutes, and then it'll shut itself off.
Yeah.
Okay. We go back to the main screen. If you can see there, the circulation pump is now off. Okay.
Right,
So
yeah.
it's concentrating all the heating on the hot water. It shuts the heating off. After 30 minutes, it will then allow it to come back on again. Okay, so if I switch that off now, look back in the main screen, your circulation pump's back on again. Okay, the next one is the energy you're going to use. Okay, so you got off, so this is electric. You got the options 1, 2 or 3 kilowatt. Okay, the next line is gas on or off as well. So you just press off or on. When it says, when that goes green, that means the gas is on.
The gas is.
It will tell you if there's a gas failure. It will come up with like a yellow triangle, say it's failed on gas. That's because mainly you either you've run out of gas or you switch the gas off, or you haven't turned it on even. Okay. In the winter, it's probably advisable to have both energies running, so electric and gas.
Yeah.
Okay. Electric obviously will get up to temperature, but first thing when you start up, it's trying to heat the room and heat the water all in one go, same as your combi boiler.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you run it on electric and gas, obviously it'll heat it up quicker, and when it gets up to temperature, it will knock off the gas side of it, so it'll stop the gas, so it'll just carry on running on the electric then. Okay. If someone like me leaves the door wide open and obviously the temperature drops quite rapid, the gas will fire up again and then bring it back up to temperature. Okay. So that's your electrics and your gas. Okay. And that's how you set temperature and your water boost. You happy with that?
Yeah.
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 There's a further menu. Okay, so if you just press, you got. Oh, nice to press the off button instead of the menu button. Okay, so you hit the little spanner in the corner. Top left, that's to set your clock. So if you want to use any of the timers, you need to set the clock. Okay. The next one, the moon symbol, that's for a nighttime setting for heating. So you can reduce the temperature at nighttime on the timer if you want to. The next one is a 24-hour timer. So if you've got your caravan on site and you think, right, I'm going to be coming back, say on Friday, I want it to start before I get there or before I arrive. So you can set it to say Friday at 5 o'clock and it will come on then and start obviously heating your van up. What it'll do then, it'll run for 24 hours, unless you switch it off obviously, and then it will switch itself off. Then in 7 days time, if you haven't switched it off, it'll do exactly the same. So it'll keep doing that.
Yes.
Okay. This line here is all to do with your circulation pump, not your water pump, but your circulation pump for your central heating.
Yeah.
Okay, there's obviously various options. You can prioritise it to be on continuous, to be on 12 volt, 240 volt, but I wouldn't worry too much about that.
No.
I'd leave that set as it is. This one here is to do with is an added extra to do with your cylinder. It can tell you if the cylinder's empty or full. Obviously this is something you have to buy add-on that you can connect to your cylinder.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, the next one, that's to do with heating up, again a bit like water boost. If you've got your clock set and that one switched on, around about 2 o'clock in the morning, it will boost the heat in the water, and that's to kill any bugs that are in the water, like Legionnaire's disease. Okay.
Right.
The next one is calibration. What that does, it obviously works off a thermostat. If the room temperature, I'll go back to that. If that says 30 degrees, and obviously it's a lot colder in here, obviously it won't let the heating come on because it already thinks it's at the maximum anyway, so it will not let the heating come on. With that calibration, you can obviously change it, so obviously changes what it says it thinks the room temperature is to allow the heating to come on. But you shouldn't have to do that, but that's there just in case. Next one, obviously every time I press a button it goes beep, you can turn that off, so that's that one there. Next one is your brightness of your screen, which is that one there.
Brightness of the screen.
Yeah. So you can change the brightness of that
screen,
one.
Yes.
Top right, that's the language, so if you want to talk French or German to it, you can do that. This one here locks the screen, so if you want to, from the main screen to the next screen, you can actually lock it so you don't go into this further one if you don't want to.
Right.
Yes.
And then next one is another added extra, external. With this you can get something that attaches to it where you can actually use your mobile phone to text it or to operate it from obviously a different place.
Yeah.
Again, if you obviously got it on site and you want to set the heating going before you arrive. Then next one is amp. What you can do, the boiler can be set to use lower ampage. Obviously, if you're on a site which is a lower bollard, bollards, you get some sites that are very low on the bollard. So you can, if you really wanted to, you could change the amount of amps that the boiler's using. Or obviously you can just use just drop it down. If you're on 3 kilowatts, you're tripping your bollard, just drop it down to 2 kilowatts.
Yeah.
Or 1 kilowatt on gas. Okay.
Right.
And then next one, service. Obviously that's for the service guys to set up your boiler and check all the temperatures and whatever that's happening. And reset. Obviously that's if you've changed anything, you want to reset it back to the factory setting, you just press that. And translator, again, that's for the service guys. They can operate it again from outside on a laptop or computer.
Oh, right.
Okay. And you go back to that. And hopefully that's not too much information to
That's
you.
the one we've got to worry about.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the locking one, I'll just come in because it's going to go a bit cool out there now. So if the locking one is from this screen into your further menu. Okay, so if you didn't want to go into that further menu, you can lock it. That locks it there. Press OK. So now you see it's got a little key in the corner.
Nice.
Okay, so if you wanted to go there, you can't. All you do is just unlock it. Okay, and then you go into the further menu.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is the main one. Are you happy with how that operates?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
That's reasonably straightforward. Isn't
Oh,
Not
it
too
is.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, if you leave it set like that and then you switch it off, when you come back to it, it should remain like that. So you just switch that straight back on again.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
brilliant. Yeah.
Happy with that? I'll just leave that running for now. Okay. You want to put it on? That's it. There we go. Okay, your consumer unit. Obviously, you got your yeah, it's on 240 trips. You got your info note there. Look to say what it's connected to. Your 12-volt fuses as well.
Yeah.
In there again, tells you what they are. Heating hot water as we saw before. Charger button. Obviously, that's on. It's charging your battery. Obviously, when you plug 240 in. Reverse polarity light. Okay, that's a light, not a button. If you're aware of what that is.
Yeah, because when we had the last one, the cable was the wrong polarity.
Yeah, oh right. So that would have lit up and obviously it tends to be on the continent mainly when that comes in useful. Obviously they tend to wire things slightly different than ours anyway, don't they? But obviously all it is a light. If you do plug it in and that lights up, obviously take your cable out and make sure just to get it checked over. System shutdown button. Obviously that shuts down everything in your 12-volt electrics. Okay?
Yep.
Probably similar to everything that you would have had before. Okay, cooker. Yeah, that's probably very similar to what you had before, wasn't it?
We've got
12-volt fuse. 12-volt fuse. 12-volt igniter. So I'll just show you everything up and running. Obviously, it has got a safety on the lid as well. So I'll just shut the back one down. But obviously, it cuts the gas off.
Oh, well.
Obviously, so it won't light if it's obviously down.
I suppose the other one would have done that.
Yeah, it should have done.
It's because we never did do it like.
Yeah,
so,
normally you wouldn't.
Turn it off,
but the main thing is obviously when you're trying to light it, it's not lighting. Just make sure that's fully back.
Yes.
Because obviously you won't allow it to light. You've got to be a bit of a funny angle for it to not light. But
Yes.
same with your grill. So you got your grill as well. Grill pans inside.
Yes. Oh, they can be a bit funny.
Yeah, they can be.
sometimes. Yeah, it's all right.
Handles inside.
Yeah.
That's it. That's lit.
And the oven will be the same. is
Obviously
it?
oven you've got a pan as well. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Inside. I'll show us this one. That one you got individual appliance gas taps. Also got your chopping board and your drainer inside there as well. If you notice, the info note hasn't been updated by Swift yet. You'll see that it's got a red and white one, which is water heater and heater. Obviously that is obviously when you had the fire and the boiler.
Yeah.
Obviously you just haven't updated that. What you'll find is it's one less of the gas taps because obviously it's in one unit now instead of 2 units.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need to turn them on or off.
No.
Okay, obviously if you do smell gases, get out and turn it off on the cylinder itself. The reason why I show you that is if obviously it comes in for service and they check the individual appliances and they turn them off, they may forget to turn them back on again.
Yes.
So just if you're trying to light your cooker and it's not lighting, just check to see if you've got
Yes.
them that have been turned around. Okay.
Yes.
Microwave, big button opens. It is something similar you had on the last one.
Same.
Exactly the same, yeah?
Yes.
Happy how this one works. Obviously don't travel with the glass plating. If that drops on here, it's going to be expensive to replace.
We do travel with it,
Yeah.
don't we? Yeah.
you've
So
got to be
that's
so
something I've
careful.
learned.
Yeah. Well, my wife tends to put it in the bowl there with
Yes.
the tea towel wrapped around it,
Yes.
something like that, to
That's
stop
a
it from
good
bouncing
idea.
around.
Yes. Sensible.
Okay, are you happy how this works? Quick start, minute increments, it'll fire up automatically. To do it within seconds, press the microwave button once, that does your energy 100%, 80%. Press it again, then does the seconds. Okay, and then you just press start and off it goes.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Obviously there are other options on there.
Yes. We just
Which
got to
obviously
mess
will-
about